Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Code A first round today, the GSL. This is Caldor. I'll be casting for you today. You might have already realized that we have two streams going on. There are a lot of matches in the new system, and therefore we provide you with two streams. I'll be casting on my own today, while the other stream will be featuring Doa and Wolf, of course. It's a little bit awkward today because that's the first time that we are trying to run with two streams, and therefore we had to set up a kind of a new studio using another one at the office of GOM right now. And this is basically a test run, so I'm still casting on my own. Maybe the next time we'll have two casters for the second stream as well, but today you'll have to make do with me. I hope that we are having a great day actually, because there are a lot of awesome matches coming up. We have Slayer's YugiOh, we have MinSeok. Those two Zerg players will have the first battle today, the first best of three. I'm actually pretty excited about that, especially as MinSeok was playing in the Code A qualifier and he was able to take out Jinro in the final. So probably all the Swedish fans amongst you will not like him all that much right now, but I'm pretty sure that he will try to prove what an accomplished player he is. Slayer's YugiOh will be his opponent. And the second match will be a Terran versus Protoss match. This is going to be FXO ASD, also known as Nuclear, against MVP Guinea Pig. For the third match, we have a Zerg versus Terran that I'm really excited about. We have StarTel Curious against OGS the STC. This is going to be our top match today, but we have a fourth match as well. We have OGS Top fighting it out as a Terran player against StarTel Parting, who's a rather unknown player, and he will have to prove that he's able to stay in Code A, that he is able to fight off all those strong opponents. So yeah, we have a really good day ahead of us, and I hope you are going to enjoy those matches as much as I hopefully will. And once again, it would be really nice if you could tell all the people out there that there's a second stream, that on the second stream it's almost solo commentating today, and it's a little bit new, so we have to get used to it, so do you, I suppose. And in the breaks, we'll have a lot of time to talk about all those different matches, because this stream will not run any commercials. We'll have the occasional break in order to give me the chance to get something to drink. But right now, I guess that today we will have a lot of time, we will spend a lot of time talking to each other, and I'll just introduce you to the new system, introduce you to the players, and I might also answer a couple of questions about Korea and just tell you what's the life been so far for me. I've been in Korea for 2 weeks right now, so yeah, we need to fill those gaps, and I'll do my best in order to provide you with some information about the GSL, about the players. It's a little bit hard today, we don't have a second monitor where we can look up stats. I try to do a little bit of research in advance, but of course it's always handy if you have that second monitor, that second PC, where you can look everything up. But we'll do our best in order to provide you with more games. And yeah, we're currently waiting for the players to start the game. MinSeok, as I already mentioned, will be playing against Slayer's YugiOh, and yeah, one of the reasons why I'm a little bit excited about this match is because YugiOh is one of those players that's actually doing a first-person stream, and I like that quite a lot, watching it occasionally. So I guess we'll jump into the first game. At least I just got told that it's about to start, so hopefully here we go. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, MinSeok against YugiOh, the GSL first round of Code A, powered by Sony Ericsson and G-Skill. At the bottom right of Calm of the Storm, we have the YugiOh starting as the blue Zerg player, and at the top left, his opponent starting cross position, MinSeok. And as you might already have noticed, today we don't have somebody to control them, to basically make the camera movement, so I'll be doing that today as well. This is a solo cast. We are providing you with a second stream for the first round of the Code A because there are just so many matches and we don't want you to miss out on any of them. So you have the chance to switch between 2 streams. The other stream is commentated by Doa and Wolf, and on this stream it's a solo commentating. I'm Kaldor, and I hope that we will have a great Codex day. We have MinSeok with the oversupply right now, cancelling his extractor. It's a Zerg versus Zerg. Both players already send out their first Overlord in order to get some scouting information. Calm of the Storm is a really huge map, and of course, as there are 4 start positions, it will take quite a while until one of the players scouted his opponent. So we can expect some really greedy builds of both MinSeok and YugiOh. I already mentioned earlier that MinSeok is one of those players who were able to get into Code A by winning the last Code A qualifier tournament, and he took out Jinro, Liquid Jinro, in the final with 2-1. We recorded that as well, so there is a first-person recording where you can also see Jinro's mouse and his keyboard, all his movements. He was really bummed out about losing in the final with 2-1, but he put up a huge fight. He was really doing a great job. In the end, it wasn't enough to beat MinSeok, so now the Zerg player has to prove that he's able to take out Slayer's YugiOh as well. Yeah, both of these players just starting with a hatch first, as you can see, so that's exactly what we've been expecting, a greedy build on a map like that, which is obviously one of the things you can do on a really big map, and probably you shouldn't do it on a map like Selnaga Caverns. That would be a little bit weird, and you would probably be punished for it, at least if your opponent was starting out with an early spawning pool, something that's not happening here right now. So in a Zerg versus Zerg, what we are going to expect is on a map like that, of course, actually I hope for a lot of late game action as well. So yeah, let's have a look. Right now both players just getting their gas up. We have the spawning pool production as well. And this is of course a best of 3. So we're starting the day with the Zerg versus Zerg on Calm Before the Storm. The second map will be Daybreak, and if there's a third map, we will see that match on Tal'Darim Altar. Both players now with their expansion already up. We have one scouting drone in the main base of MinSeok. YugiOh also knows a little bit about what's happening. He knows about that hatchery of his opponent. He also knows about his main base, about the gas spawning pool. And at the same time, we have the Slayers player with his Roach Warren. Building the Roach Warren right now. The Queens are about to pop out, and MinSeok is investing his gas in metabolic boost, in the speed for his Zerglings. So this is already a nice variation in that style, and I like that quite a lot. YugiOh is skipping metabolic boost. He's getting all that gas simply in order to produce enough roaches to deal with the situation, and he should make sure that he is blocking that ramp, because that will be the entry point to his base, and if he's able to block that with 3 roaches, then there will just be no way for MinSeok to enter that main base. There's a spine crawler in production as well, so MinSeok is just trying to get some defensive structures as well, and of course already spreading his creep just a tiny little bit. Both players actually are we have one creep tumor right here from YugiOh. The first 3 roaches are out, immediately heading towards that choke point. And a stack for the player in red. MinSeok is going for the lead tag already. He's still on 1 gas, is getting the Roachborn. So we can expect him to get some upgrades for his roaches, maybe roach speed as fast as possible. He's not getting additional gas, so right now he's on 1 extractor only. And let's have a look at the Slayers player. We have YugiOh with 1 gas as well, not tagging so far. He has a slight advantage in drones. He's on 32 now against 33, so MinSeok is getting ahead as YugiOh is building his second extractor, trying to get additional gas. And I'm actually quite excited about this match, because especially on this map, because we will see some late game Zerg versus Zerg, which I always enjoyed quite a lot. Might even see some Mutalisks in the later stage of the game. They've become more popular lately, but of course there's also the option that we will see a standard play with Roach Infestor, Roach Hydra Infestor, somewhere on those lines. We have both players now acting with those queens, trying to get as many lava injects in there as possible. And there's that Spire already. Here we go. MinSeok immediately throwing down the Spire as soon as he completes his lair tag. There it is. and at the same time YugiOh is trying to squeeze in additional drones. He's trying to get ahead in economy, trying to get a slight edge over his opponent. MinSeok with a rather greedy tech, which is obviously something that you can do on a map like this, already has 3 spine crawlers, 2 of them are ready and 1 being built in order to deal with aggression of YugiOh. He's not quite sure what his opponent is going to do and therefore just needs those extra defensive structures. Yes, by now we have a lot more gas from MinSeok. He finished his tech to lair and immediately started all those extractors in order to get a lot of gas to support those mutalisks. Nice scout deny by YugiOh. At the same time we have the hatchery, the 3rd base being built for him, and he is also starting a spire. He's a little bit behind in terms of his timings, but he will have the better economy if he continues like this. They are both on roughly 50 drones, but remember that YugiOh is just trying to get his 3rd base, but so is MinSeok by now. For him, 8 mutalisks are already in production, and we have 1 overseer from YugiOh just scouting what's happening. And of course he saw the spire, he knows about it already, and he also knows about the attempt of his opponent to get a 3rd base as well. Here we go. What is YugiOh going to do? That mutalisk aggression might be a little bit too much for him to handle. Right now he has a lot of gas on his own, though he's waiting for his own spire to be completed, but he doesn't have all too much that he can throw in against those mutalisks, and they will hit his base, and they will hit hard. We have the evolution chamber, now 11 mutalisks being built, but MinSeok is already on his way. He might be able to take out a queen or 2. Here we go. First, he's going to catch those overlords. And one thing that you always want to do if you're facing an opponent with mutalisks, you want to try to deny his gas, because minerals are something that he can always catch up onto. But gas is the crucial point. Killing those overlords, of course, supply blocks his opponent, but you have to keep in mind that with the overlords you can easily replace them. Here we go. There are a lot of mutalisks now out on the field for YugiOh as well. He immediately built those overlords again in order to be able to squeeze out additional units, and is able to chase away the mutalisks of his enemy. So very well done by YugiOh. He lost 3 overlords, killed 1 in exchange. You have 12 mutalisks on the field for MinSeok, and YugiOh is now just playing with 11 of them. So kind of nice start to the game. MinSeok is in the meantime a little bit ahead in drone supply. Actually, he's quite ahead. He's on 68 against 45 drones, so that gives him a slight edge over his opponent. Still trying to have a look for additional overlords on the map, always trying to kill everything that enables his opponent to scout his base, and obviously trying to supply block him as well. The same goes for YugiOh. Slager's YugiOh taking out 1 overlord at a time, and there are a lot of overlords hovering on the map for the Zerg player in red, so he doesn't retreat with them as soon as he saw that there will be mutalisks in the mix. We have both players on 119 supply. Another overlord is being killed by the Zerg player in blue by Slayer's YugiOh, and he's on 11 mutalisks against 19, 65 drones against 69, and we have Pathogen Glance and the first infestors being built for YugiOh, while MinSeok is now just getting his infestation pit, and there's some harassment going on, but with all those spore crawlers there's just no problem for MinSeok to actually chase those mutalisks away. Those infestors are really important now for YugiOh. It's really nice if you have mutalisks on the map and your opponent is surprised by that move, but the main thing is that if you have infestors and you get down and you kill a lot, you can kill a lot of mutalisks with those fungals. Those infestors are really important, and there we go, that's exactly what I've been talking about, and he will be able to get so many fungals, and all those mutalisks are basically doomed. There's no way they're going to get away, and the last fungal kills all of them. Here we go, boom! Ouch! Oh, that really hurt. MinSeok overcommitting just a tiny little bit to that mutalisk play, and YugiOh reacted perfectly with getting that infestation pit, and is able to take out a lot of mutalisks, and YugiOh is taking a lead in the game. He's on 142 supply against 130, and here we go, killing the drones as well. That economy slide is already about to die. That hatchery being built will probably have to be cancelled if YugiOh decides on focusing. And what is MinSeok doing? He's still trying to get drones over to his potential 4th base, trying to run by with a couple of links, but that's not going to do him any good at all. So here is YugiOh just in the perfect position. He has all those infestors, he has a bunch of roaches as well. A quite decent economy. Is expanding again for the 4th time at the bottom left, and at the same time we have that battle going on with those infestors funneling everything in their reach, and the Zerglings just killing that hatchery. There's no way of MinSeok defending it. 139 supply for him and 145 for his opponent. For YugiOh, this Team Slayers player, and he has a lot of minerals pumped up. He has 2,000 minerals at 800 gas right now as well, so he will be able to replenish his forces in a blink of an eye. There are a bunch of Zerglings just trying to have a look if there are additional bases, and yep, here we go. That's that one base by YugiOh that he tried to sneak in, the ninja expansion of the Slayers player, scouted by the Zerglings. At the same time, we have those guys over there just trying to kill the rocks, which they did, and we will have another hatchery for Slayers YugiOh. Let's have just a quick look at the workers killed. 14 by YugiOh, 4 by MinSeok. Let's have a look at the army size. We have 70 on army supply for MinSeok and 91 for his opponent. There's a small fight going on right now as well. All those Zerglings are just streaming in. Oh, +1 attack already done for Slayers. YugiOh's opponent doesn't have any upgrades for the Zerglings at all, so the upgrade advantage is also in favor of the blue Zerg player, and once again he's able to funnel a lot of these Mutalisks, getting another funnel in there as well as the infested Terrans, and those Mutalisks are doomed. All of them die, and now the Zerglies are trying to stream him in again, but a lot of spine crawlers for MinSeok, and here are all those infested Terrans, and they will be able to deal so much damage to the Zerg player in red. MinSeok has his work cut out for him. There they come, the army of the Walking Dead. All those infested Terrans just walking and tearing apart the spine crawlers. And MinSeok is in a lot of trouble right now. He's down 20 supply, and he lacks the lava right now to replenish this army. He has a bunch of units at the bottom of the map, but they are not doing anything right now. Those Zerglings won't be a great help to the red Zerg player. And here comes once again YugiOh, already killed off a bunch of buildings, killed all those units this opponent threw against him. But with all of those infestors in the mix for MinSeok now as well, he's at least able to kill all of those units that are just trying to get in there. He's able to defend against that push of Slayers YugiOh. 14 infestors against 8, and another bunch of infested Terrans is now in the mix, taking out Zerglings and infestors alike. YugiOh now in a commanding position in this game. 192 supply for him and 130 for his opponent. 4 bases for YugiOh. He's building a lot of spine crawlers in order to defend them. And there are those Zerglings trying to run by. No, that's not gonna happen. We have 82 army supply against 120. At the same time, 5 Ultralisks are being built. 2 melee attack upgrades, 1 armor attack upgrade, and as you can see, Chichina's plating is about to be done as well. Here we go, another attack by YugiOh, not just streaming in with all those units. The Queens need to defend themselves, need to defend as well. They have full energy, could use a bunch of transfuse, and he really needs to get down to micro your Queens. Oh, here we go. Finally, but all those Ultralisks just tearing apart the defense of MinSeok, and there's just an endless stream of units walking towards the expansion of the red Zerg player. And now with the Ultralisks on 3 armor upgrades, I don't think that this is going to end well for MinSeok. All those Ultralisks are making doing a really good job. MinSeok by now added Ultralisks himself, but the problem for him is he's now only on 2 bases. That base was already eliminated, and the Ultralisks of MinSeok just don't have the upgrades to counter YugiOh. YugiOh is just way ahead right now. He's ahead in economy, he's ahead in upgrades, and has the bigger army as well. So very nice performance so far by the Slayers player. Getting the +3 attack upgrade now as well. And MinSeok, he's on only 1 mining base. That's the only mining base that he has right now. at his main base. There are just no minerals left, and YugiOh biding his time, just waiting a little bit longer in order to get another lead in upgrades. And now here's the time for action. Here we go with all those infested. The Ultralisk sticking down in the middle of the fight, and of course those infested Terrans are once again in the mix, as well as the GG. And YugiOh is taking game number 1. Okay guys, so that was a really nice first game that we saw right here in the Zerg vs Zerg, and this had everything that we expected on a map like Calm of the Storm. Of course, it's always just great to see that you have all those endgame units as well. On smaller maps, most players just focus on either Ling, Baneling combination or on Roaches with some infestors. But that was a really nice game to watch. MinSeok was in a lot of trouble after YugiOh was able to kill all those mutalisks. He was way ahead in army, he had a lot of minerals and gas bunked up as well. YugiOh definitely being the favorite player in this matchup. And yeah, we will jump into the second game fairly soon. For now, I just want to remind you guys, this is a second stream that we have today for you in order to provide you with the best coverage possible at the GSL Code A. This is the first round, and yeah, I'm doing a solo cast now, so I'm Kaldor, and the second stream is being commentated by Wolf and Doa. I'm not too sure if all of you are already aware of this, so if you could just tell people on all the websites and on all those chats, that would be really nice. Just tell them if they're confused. There's a second stream that's being casted by only one person today. It's kind of an experiment that we have right here. We're using a different studio, as you can obviously tell as well. We have no commercials on the stream and we have no camera view, so yeah. It's a little bit different, it's an experiment for us and for you as well. We just try to provide you with the best coverage possible. Hope you appreciate it. And the second game is about to start. YugiOh, he's ahead 1-0 against MinSeok. Second game is about to start right now. The map is Daybreak. Another Zerg vs Zerg coming up. And after this match we will have FXO ACX against Guinea Pig.